question number 7 in the name of Craig Foss. Order. Order.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance and reads, what comments has the Minister seen following the Government's announcement last week to provide assistance to small and medium businesses?
Supplementary. Mr Speaker,
The Honourable Bill English.
Many people have welcomed the Government's package which reduces compliance costs for business and provides support for provisional taxpayers over the next few months. Among the comments I have seen are those from Claire Massey, Director of New Zealand Centre for Research into SMEs, who says it's sending a signal that we are listening, we can help, we are thinking about what we can do to reduce the pressure points. And another comment from one Ms Dot Kettle, CEO of the Nelson Tasman Chamber of Commerce, and I understand a former staffer of the former government. Reducing compliance costs and providing tax relief is imperative, and the Chamber welcomes the Government's good intentions in this area.
Supplementary.
Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister. What further comments has the Minister seen following the Government's announcement last week to provide assistance to small and medium businesses?
Well, Mr Speaker, there were
Bill English.
a range of other published comments from people representing business, but the most heartening comments have been, for me, those battlers who are running small businesses who have said, at last, we have a government who is on our side.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr Speaker, to the Minister, has the Minister seen comment from Mr Brian Gaynor in the Weekend Herald that the Australian Government's approach to the current downturn makes our response to the economic crisis look extremely cautious and conservative? Or that from John Armstrong in the same paper, the $480 million package was widely welcomed as long overdue, but likely to be a drop in the bucket when the crunch comes? Or from the National Business Review, describing it as, quote, largely mundane? And does he now agree that these measures, while positive, largely reflect Labor's pre-election announcements and incentives and in no way reflect a sufficient response to the coming grave economic crisis?
Yes and no.
Order. The Minister might just call prior to answering a question. Thank you. The Honourable Jim Anderton.
Does the Minister accept the analysis that the $480 million package for medium-sized businesses over 4 years, for the 220,000 small to medium-sized businesses there are, amounts to $10.50 a week, which would hardly buy a big packet of peanuts at the supermarket?
Mr Speaker.
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, the package sets out what are reasonable measures that will benefit a range of businesses. Some of them are measures that the previous government had come up with, but the significant ones are related to the provisional tax the requirements around the next payments in May, and that will leave $250 million, or $750 million, in the bank accounts of businesses. That's about as far as the government can go at the moment without heading down a path of incurring large deficits and ever-increasing debt.
Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Supplementary to the Minister. How does the Government's small-medium enterprise package fit with its jobs and growth plan for managing the economy through the recession?
Mr Speaker, this package fits along with a number of initiatives designed to protect people from the sharp edge of recession, but to also, in the long run, to ensure that we prepare our economy for recovery. Businesses across New Zealand have told us that these are reasonable and responsible measures, and are pleased to see these measures taken alongside significant changes to the RMA, reductions in tax and further spending on infrastructure.